For those watching on the replay, we are about 20 minutes from going live. And so for those watching on the replay, go ahead and skip ahead 20 minutes. And we're starting at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Beginning a new chapter. The first part of this video has some wind noise. It's just a couple minutes, so please have patience in those couple minutes, and the rest of it, the sound is okay. Enjoy. I'm Katrina. This is So and Tear. So I've been on a quest to find a property, and this is something that has been going on for a while now. By the time this comes out, I don't know how long it will be. I don't know how long it will have been. I am up here on top of the hill by my parents, and this is where I used to sit for hours on end in the summertime and watch the fire planes go over the mountain, and I used to watch the hawks fly below me and the sunset. And so you can see basically the Cascade Mountains all the way from Mount Hood all the way down to Bachelor, and then also Newberry Crater from here. And so where I've been living in California has been pretty cramped. People say, oh, that's a big lot. It's a 7,000 square foot lot, and that's a regular city lot in that town. Old lot. It's a regular sized old lot. The newer lots are smaller. And we grew up on 2.5 acres with public lands behind us. So I have a unique, I guess, I don't know if it's unique or not, but I feel very much that I need space. And you can see why. This is, I mean, this was my relaxing space to go. You know, you could go up here any day and sit and be, and just be. Now my thinking rock did fall down. It's down there. But this is always a place that's really nice to me and inspires me, and I get to think here and be with my thoughts, and I don't have a place like that where I live right now. And it's in town. I like my neighbors, but neighbors are too close. Sirens all the time, and all sorts of things to worry about that I don't need to worry about here. So I am hopefully in this video going to show you my new place. So I am filming this way early. I've looked at a couple places so far, but I did want to kind of give you guys a perspective that this is my basically backyard. It's public land, but it's basically my backyard where I grew up, and it's a place that, you know, I kind of make my judgments from, right? So big land versus little land is based on this landscape right here, right? This landscape is pretty big, pretty wide open. Houses are pretty far spaced and all of that. Mount Hood's over there in the clouds. But it gives you a little bit of perspective of what I grew up with and what I, you know, kind of need. And so hopefully the property that I end up at will have everything I need. Anyway, I just thought I'd shoot this a little bit and show you guys that, share that with you, and hopefully by the time you see this, I will have a new property. Wish me luck. Welcome to Oregon. Look how non-smoky it is here. It was really smoky just before we went up the hill. Guys, like, seriously? I got emotional coming in here. This is my property now. Oh my gosh. Look at this. I'm tearing up. How ridiculous is this? This is so awesome. All right. I will show you guys the property tomorrow. I got here today, so I'm going to go around and check out inside, unload some things, and yeah, I'm so happy. Guys, this is my view from the front door. How awesome is that? Well, guys, did I gain a cat? Hi, kitty. Hi. Oh, is there food? Hi, lover. Hi, love bug. I don't remember your name. I think they told me your name. So I think there's 4 cats here. Hi, kitten. Come say hi. Come say hi. Hi, baby. Hi. All right. Come here. You let me pet you before. All right. Look at that sunset. There's another kitty. There's 4 of them. Hi, kitty. Guys, this is my view from the front porch. Look at that. What do you guys think? My new home. I am so excited, guys. Well, I got busy doing things. It is now the afternoon. I started in the beginning, in the morning, and people came by. So let's go to that end of the property, and we can look back at the house and see, show you that area. And Ringo is coming. Ringo, Simba, and Mama Cat are also part of the house. Hi, Ringo. Yeah? So this is from the house. People moving out has a dumpster there. It's gonna be gone soon. And look at this. Nobody was in the pasture this year, so it is tall. It did not get hayed. So it's gonna have to be cut. And unfortunately, I do have a significant amount of this stuff. This is called knapweed. It is a highly invasive plant. And I have dealt with it before when I worked with the Forest Service. When you pull it, you wear gloves. Yeah, but that is nasty stuff that I will have to deal with. But look how beautiful that is. So all this area bedded down is, I'm going to say, is probably elk or deer, because there's a lot of them here. So these are the little plum cherries. I'll show you guys them later. There's all sorts of fruit trees out here. And then looking down from the hill, that's the hay field. Property goes all the way over to there. And I'm assuming this probably gets water. Have you guys ever seen Avena this high? This is wild oats. Taller than me. the walnut tree. And it goes all the way out to the far fence out there. All right, guys, this is my first blackberry from my property in Oregon. So good. So good, guys. Awesome. Okay, according to the previous owner, this side of the hayfield grew garlic and that side grew onions years and years and years ago. Hi, butterfly. And so there's reminiscent elephant garlic here. I think that might be what this is over here. So that's pretty cool to see. That's pretty cool. That's just what it is. It's cool. Right there. All right, guys. This is looking towards the creek there. All those trees right there are trees for the creek. All this is pasture. Turn around, all that is pasture. Not pasture, hayfield. Let's turn you around. Look at that. Now, next I'm gonna walk over to this corner here and show you there. All right, let's look up. Look up. That's all riparian habitat. We turn you around. Look at this. All that's hayfield, pastures on the slope and up above. Goes all the way over here. And the house is way up there. And the majority of the property is up the hill. Look at that. This is so awesome, guys. Look at this. So very cool. All right, coming back to you. This is why I have my other mic on today. So you guys can hear what I'm saying when I'm so far away. There's a variety of grasses in here. I don't know all of them. I expect to learn. I do know quite a few of them, but not all of them. But I will. So, what do you guys think? Huh? I may traipse up the hill a little bit later today. I have to go into town and get some things at the hardware store if I get there in time. And yeah, I think I chose well. I think I chose really well. All right, we will see you guys on the hill either today or tomorrow. All right, I lied. Here is something cool. You stand on the other side. How cool is that? It has a little purple tint. Got a little wasp on it. Very cool. This is one of those elephant garlics with a little wasp. Gotta stand on the other side. How awesome is that? Thank you, pollinator. This is one of what I believe I was told 2 elderberries on the property. So one of them's right here. I think the other one's down that way a little bit. Elderberry, you guys know how much I love elderberry. I make elderberry pie. All right, let's check out the little cherry plums. at some point they ran cattle here. There's still a head gate here and a little shelter. So that's a potential in the future. Not right now, guys. I gotta do a lot of things before I think about big animals. All right, so there's a little shelter. And that area there is to put hay. But let's go check out the cherry plums. Okay, I don't know what these are called. I call them cherry plums. They're the plums that are like cherry sized and they have, oops, not that one. And they have this little stem that's like a cherry. And they're good. They're tart and they're plum. All right, guys, it's a different day. You can see behind me there's apple trees, a cherry tree, there's plum cherries up the way, and we're gonna go look at some things up the hill. So up here is the chicken run, and it's a pretty big run. It doesn't have a roof on it. I think I'm gonna fix that. But here's the chicken coop. Pretty big coop. This chicken coop is so much bigger than the one I built on a pallet for my ladies. So this is a palace for them. The people who were here before had 30 chickens at one point. One lived to be 16 years old, died I think last month. And the people before that, I don't know how. This is a really old chicken coop because people who were here before me were here for 17 years. And then before that, I mean, I don't know who built it, but there's a lot of nest boxes inside. We'll take the inside tour later. Same thing with the garden. We'll take the garden tour later too. There's my garden. There'll be a video on a garden tour specifically later. Plum cherry. These are little tiny cherries. People call them plum cherries around here. And they're like the kind of like any old homestead, any plums that they have. There's a plum. Any plums that they have are like these little tiny plums. They call them plum cherries or cherry plums, something like that. They're tart. They're good. Ooh, I do not know what these are. There's the fruit and the leaf. Fun. More blackberries ripening. And got a nice shed, big shed. All right, guys, this is a hazelnut. It's fuzzy, and right here is the nut growing. How cool is that? It's a big hazelnut plant. There's lots of hazelnuts out here, and I asked the previous owner like how much they got to eat hazelnuts, and he said not very much because there was a bug in every nut. So we'll see if I'm successful because there's a lot here. So I'm walking up here. All these roads up here are old logging roads, and there's a cabin up here too. So yeah, I won, guys. One with this property. Look at the sun behind the maples. Look at that. A lot of the plants here is very similar to the Santa Cruz Mountains near where I used to be. So there's some madrones. Look at that ocean spray. Very cool. There's some tan oak, fir, all sorts of good stuff. All right, I'll walk backwards again. Hopefully this is clear enough. Yes, there's a little bit of poison oak too. I'm seeing some. So pretty natural up here. This area was logged in 94 and 95. So most, if not all, of the trees are of that age. So, like, there's a big madrone. Yeah, pretty cool. Look how tall these ferns are, guys. You see how tall they are? This one right here is like shoulder high. So cool. Guys, I'm partway up the hill, and this is a power line. It's not like the high tensile extra zoomy zoom one that gives you a headache though. And so this is a pretty good fire cut, right? Fire break that they maintain. There's the cabin down there. I'm not going to show you that yet. And then this road up here, now these are used by the power pole people, electric people, but they were originally cut with the timbering, so the logging that went on up here, so the logging road. So there is a road that goes way up the hill, starts over here, and goes way up the hill. We're not doing that today. I'll show you that later. But this road does go all the way to the end of the property this direction, and past those power poles. But guys, I was surprised. There's more surprise. Hang on. I have been so in the no lawn movement in town that I'm gonna maintain a lawn here because of fire, and then keep it green. And then just to mow the paths, mow the roadways back here, the logging roads. I might have to get a mower. Now off the side of this little road, which there's never going to be cars down, this is just my property, it's gated on either side, is a little waterfall. Let's see if there's water right now. I don't know if there's water year round. There's a little bench. There's some water. Some water. It's not really trickling right now, is it? But it does go all the way up. It sounds really nice when it's flowing. It was flowing when I was here to see the property, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, that is what I'm going to show you today. So, yeah, that is the news. That is the big surprise, is I have a new property. I am going to be going back and forth for a couple more weeks to California, in Gilroy, and then I am moving here to Douglas County, Oregon. And it's almost 70 acres, mostly timbered like we're in right now, and guys, I am so excited for this new chapter in my life. It's so exciting to have land. It's so exciting. Everybody in town has been super nice. I haven't met all the neighbors. I met one neighbor though, and super nice. And yeah, so let me know what you think, and hopefully the premiere works, and we are going live now. So before we go live, hit that like, and if you haven't shared this already with someone, share it with them. We're going to be talking about stuff. So yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Hi, mister. You want pets? Yeah, come here. Come here. Let's have pets. Kitty, kitty. Oh, you're gonna do it over there? Yeah, you're cute. Come here.
So, guys, what do you think? What do you think? I am super excited. I am super excited. Let me see. Is it better with this light on or off? Let me know. I don't know. All right. I am keeping the same job. So I work mostly remote right now, or have been. And I found the property and asked my boss, hey, can I go fully remote? And he said, yes. So I have the same job. I went up this last weekend, got the internet hooked up. It has fiber internet, which is awesome. Fiber internet was on the power pole across the street, so it was super easy. Didn't cost anything extra for them to hook that up. And then I had an electrician doing some things. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's doing. There's a whole bunch of things that are happening, which you guys will see a little bit of everything that happens from here on out. And there's another question up here. What planting zone? So this is one zone cooler than Gilroy. So Gilroy is zone 9B. This one is zone 8B. So I should be able to grow most everything that I grow here. I mean, it is getting warmer, so who knows? That may catch up. Um, and then I do know an avocado expert, and I asked her, and she's familiar with that area. And she said that she gave me the names of four different types of four different varieties of avocado that she thinks can grow there. So it does get some snow. Um, this last year, I guess they had snow that stayed on the ground for 2 weeks, and that was pretty long. But yeah, so weather-wise, it's one zone colder than here. And they did get the super heat wave that we got. I mean, it got a little hot up there, but in general, it's a good place. It's wetter than here, and it has it. I mean, the house has a well. There's water rights. I mean, this is a place with water, which is nice because I don't think I've ever, well, except for the Midwest, I haven't lived in a place with water. So, um, yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then there's that creek right off the property, which is awesome. Erica says she's a little jealous. I am lucky. Absolutely, Dawn. Absolutely. I've been looking for 2 years. So I've been seriously looking for 2 years. And uh, this is what finally came. And it took a while. And yeah. So I'll be moving up there in the next couple weeks. And I'm coming back down here. The last trip up will be with animals. And yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. PJ says, "Eek! I'm so happy for you." Oh, witch doctor, how many acres? It is nearly 70. In fact, the previous owner, which is so nice that we're friends now, right? So when I went and visited the property, usually it's just your realtor and you, and people say, "Oh, the current owner is not allowed to be there," or whatever. I pulled up, my realtor pulled in behind me, and there's this guy standing on the front porch like this. And I'm like, oh, great. Is this one of these places that like people are getting kicked out of? And no, it wasn't. He was irritated that realtors kept on showing that house, and that's it. They show the house, and then they would just talk on the lawn, and that was it. And he's like, they didn't show him the pasture, they didn't go up to see the cabin, they didn't go up the hill. So like he took us in his truck all the way up to the top of the hill, top of the mountain, really. And I mean, I spent 4 hours there. That's a pretty long time to spend at a place that you're looking to buy. Most people spend 10, 20 minutes at a place, but it was awesome because I got all the history. But something he said is, so it's very close to 70 acres, and he said that he always jokes with people, his friends, when they come over. He would joke and say, tell them to bring a coffee can of dirt because eventually he'll make it to 70 acres. I thought that was funny. So for those that don't know, acreage is measured aerially. So if you're up an airplane and you drop something on flat land, it's the same number of acres as if there's a mountain in it, then it's the same number of acres. So it's based off of flat land. So if you have a hill slope, you have more walkable land than a flat 70 acres, right? Because a slope has geometry, guys. And so that's something to think about too. Is I mean, it's more than it's effectively more than 70 flat acres. Now don't ask me to do math because I don't know what that would be, but that is how it's measured. It's measured aerially and all of that. So yeah, yeah, it is an awesome place, Buster. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, Dawn has fiber internet too. Awesome. 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 And Witch Doctor does too. They're going into some remote, more remote places with it. I think that's I know in the last couple years, they've started an initiation or they've initiated, I don't remember what it's called, but it's some act that government did that is basically putting internet in rural places and they're affected me, which is good. All right. Hey, Ricky's here, second ward. Hi. Awesome land. Probably gonna need to get a bush hog and tractor for that land. Yeah, I have options. So right now I know the person they when they sold, they weren't allowed to do anything to the field. And because that field hadn't been grazed in a couple years, um, by the time it got time to hay, they couldn't. If they would ask me, I would say, yeah, go ahead. But you're not supposed to do those kinds of things once a property has sold. I didn't realize that. I would be like, oh yeah, go ahead and hay it. That's good with me. But yeah, I will probably either have someone cut it or borrow some goats. I'm not ready to have goats myself right away, but that grass does need to be, cut down. Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Pretty cool. And Witch Doctor says greenhouse. Oh, I have plans. I have plans, Melanie. I do. Elevation. My dad is asking elevation. I forgot to look. It's over 1,000 feet, so that will affect my canning because that's when you do the canning. I looked it up at one point. I don't remember. Let's look it up. There's a topo website. Let's see if it comes up right away. It probably won't. Topo athletic shoes. No. It's over 1,000 feet. It's not. I think it's 1,300 something if I remember right. Yeah, yeah. So, Witch Doctor says moving takes a lot out of you. We're still getting settled. Absolutely, Witch Doctor. There are boxes galore in this room and another room, and yeah. And I've been doing all this while finishing the Quill University course, raising quill and aviaries, which Linda has been tremendous on. And yeah, that's why I've been tired and not involved in like online stuff recently because both these things were happening at the same time. Because I had to get this stuff done before I moved. Because I'm not moving these quill with me. That would be stupid expensive. Because they would all have to get a health check, which costs money, and they would all have to have a polarum thing anyway. Because I'm not MPIP. If I was MPIP, then that would have been waived. But that's a good reason to get MPIP. All right. Buster's asking how close am I going to be to my parents? 4 hours if it is good weather. So it does, there's a mountain range in between. So there's a couple different ways I can go, but it's 4 hours. Yeah. And okay, so Verna was typing about maple syrup because there are maple trees there. And I was wondering about that and I just hadn't looked it up yet. So she says, yes, you can harvest maple syrup from maple trees in USDA hardness zones 3 through 8. Okay, so I might be on the edge there, including zone 8B, where sugar maples are native. However, it can take at least 40 years for a maple tree. Yeah, I know that there's one in the front yard that's pretty big. The other ones I think are pretty small, but I don't know what kind of maples they are. Yeah. Oh, it takes 40 years to tap. Okay. Hey, Lane. Thanks for joining. She says, so wonderful, Katrina. Very happy for you. The property is amazing, and so are you. Elaine is amazing as well. Elaine is amazing as well. How far outside of town? Ready to give up the convenience? So, this is a very small town of 800 people, and I am just over a mile from the fire district building, which is nice because it's a fire district building. And the high school's right next to that, which is kind of funny because the high school's outside of town, is in the county. But it's a small town. I mean, their junior high and their elementary school is the same building. They have a grocery store, a gas station, a hardware slash liquor store slash U-Haul place. Burger place is good. The Mexican place is good. They also sell. They also make American food and pizza, which is a weird a weird combination where you're eating Mexican food and you smell pepperoni. But it was good. It was good. I would say it's not Bay Area, California good, but it was still good. Um, there's there's like one of everything. There's a Dollar General, you know, but like the nearest stuff, like they're 20 minutes away. There's a little bit bigger town that has like little bigger hardware store. And then if we want like Walmart, Home Depot, that kind of stuff, that's half hour one way or 45 minutes the other way. So it's not like I am ready to give up convenience. I There's a lot of things I can do without that I'm not doing without. Um, but yeah, yeah. There we go. All right. Good question. Good question. All right. Ricky says, my grandparents used to harvest maple syrup from our tree in their front yard. Had 30 acres. Awesome. 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 Yeah, the town it's 800 something. I actually don't know, remember what it is. It might be closer to 900. Yeah. Let's see. Don has a population 600. Okay. Yeah, I think the nearest like tractor supply store, like that kind of thing, I think is half hour away. Yeah. The witch doctor says we got 3,400 people in our town. That's a city, witch doctor. PJ also has fiber internet. Awesome. And Don got fiber 2 years ago. I think that's when, like 2 or 3 years ago, is when that initiative got started. Yeah. Yeah. Witch doctor, I know. I know. How amazing is it to get to talk to the previous owners? So the people I bought it from had the place for 17 years, and the guy who previously cut the hayfield, he actually owned it before them and rented it out. He lived in the house next door and he rented that place out, and he had it for 10 years. So between the two of them, I have 27 years of history that I can just, ask about, which is pretty darn amazing. And that older guy, he's currently feeding my three new cats while I'm here. Nice guy. Everybody's nice so far, which is really, really good. So, yeah. Okay, my dad says when we arrived where we are in 1991, there was about 3,000 population, now near 40,000. I thought it was 7,000. I thought it was 7,000 when we moved there. It was 12,000 when I left for college. It's near 40,000 now. Okay. But 3,000. I don't know. Yeah. Towns grow. I hope this one doesn't grow. Not big, at least. There's a mill there. There used to be two. One shut down. Yeah. Absolutely, Verna. Always best to be able to talk to previous owners. Absolutely. Yeah. PJ says, are you getting one? Am I getting one what? What am I getting? I don't know what I'm getting, PJ. Oh wait, are you flying to WhaleCon? Yes, I am flying. I am flying. Vern, I'll give you that later. It's in Douglas County. Yeah. Yeah, and Linda with Quail University says, "Yay! Can't wait to launch your course. It's so good." Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Linda. Yeah, Linda has been putting together all the videos I made, and my video got screwed up on one of them, and I haven't seen it yet, but she fixed it, which is good. Linda can do anything. Oh, okay. I guess my dad just blew it. Glendale is the name of the town. 1,431 feet. Yeah, I said 1,300, right? It might be 400 up. I wonder where. So Glendale is lower than the top of the hill. So there you go. You guys know now. Dawn says you are about the same time from real stores than I am, except your town has a fire department. It's fire district, so I don't know if it's volunteer run or what. Yeah, we just have a bank. Oh, they do have a. I think they do have a bank. We just have a bank. I just have Walmart and Aldi and IGA within 45 minutes. Real stores 55 to 60 minutes away. I know a Best Buy is that's an hour drive in good weather, which is kind of funny because like I was looking at it and I don't remember now, but when I was looking at like where the nearest Best Buy was for stuff like this, right? Um, I I I looked at that. In Oregon, there's only 12 of them, and there's like I don't know how many there are in California, but there's like 60 or something like that. There's one in town. And I'm like, oh, I better get an extra tripod. Yeah. Yep. Dawn says, I keep a list and we shop once a month once we need to go to the city and then pick up other things too. Yep. That makes sense. That makes sense. And I do not have a significant other. We broke up. We're friends. He's helping. He's actually helping load the U-Haul. He's a good guy, but we did not. We are no longer together. The smaller the better. Which doctor says the smaller the better? Smaller town? Yeah. You can't bring the goat then? Yeah, they need import permit. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you mean I can't bring it on the plane? Yeah, you can't bring it on the plane. I don't need a one-way flight to Ohio. Oh boy. Oh, witch doctor's next day delivery is 3 days. That's interesting. That's interesting. Order online and use free ship. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I called to hold my mail, and I called the post office, and I called him, and I'm like, "Hey, this is Katrina Krakow. I'm calling because I'm wanting to hold my mail." He goes, "Oh," and he gave the address, and I'm like, "Oh, you know everybody." He goes, "Yeah, I know everybody." Yeah. Yep. Um, which doctor says, "Congrats on your new life." Thank you. Thank you. It's okay, Ed. We're both okay. We're both okay. Um. Oh, Dawn says Amazon Prime is two day is a week there. Okay. Linda wants to know what will your first big project be at your new place? So my big project or big project? Because a new roof is a pretty big project. I'm having a metal roof put on. It currently has three layers of roofing. You're not supposed to have 3 layers of roofing, but I want to have a metal roof there because I believe you prepare for the natural disaster you live in. So the natural disaster uh, prevalent in that area, or maybe not prevalent, the most likely natural disaster in that area is fire. So I think if you have a metal roof, that helps. The previous owner cleared away a lot of the trees a pretty good distance, which is good. I'll be working on some more of that. I actually hired a handyman to make some new hutches for the rabbits because I just don't have time and I don't want to move these. These ones have some characteristics that I don't really like. I like some of the characteristics, but some of them I don't like. So there's actually going to be someone taking the ones I have here, and then I'll be moving the rabbits. And when we get there, they should have hutches to go in. So yeah, there's a lot of things I need to do, but I think PJ's right. Moving in is number one. um, yeah, there's a lot of things that need to happen. Most of it is house related. So the well needs some work. I need a drain field. Um, there's some plumbing that I want to have done for. There's just like one thing on the house, but then I want to actually put water to where the animals are and not have to like run a hose. So that's going to be on there. These are things I'm hiring people for. I know like a lot of people say, "Oh, do it yourself, do it yourself." At this point, I just need to get these things done so I can do the fun stuff. Yeah. Second word, Ricky says, we have the metal roof on our house and it sounds so awesome when it rains. I can sleep better when I can hear it like that. Absolutely. I love that sound. I love that sound. And PJ also has a metal roof. Yeah. It's more expensive, but it's something that I mean, it's like for a lifetime, right? Yeah. Verna wants to know, what do you have to do before winter? How bad are the winters there? So I am, before the roof goes on, I'm having the stovepipe people out. Um, they are going to relocate these. You guys saw um, you guys saw the fireplace. I'm going to have them inspect it for cracks, and I'm going to have them put a spark arrestor on the top. If it has cracks and stuff, then what they do is they kind of put something inside of it so that it is okay to use. But I want a spark arrestor on the top, and then the chimney for the stovepipe for the pellet stove. Currently, it goes from the stovepipe and then into a chimney, and then that goes up. But the chimney is like made out of like cinder block. It's not even fire brick or anything. And it comes out at the peak of the roof. And you're not supposed to have it at the peak. You know, it's supposed to be on the side of the peak, not at the peak. And so they're going to take that down, but he wants the stovepipe people to relocate the stovepipe first through the current roof so that he can be the one, you know, making cuts into his roof, which makes sense. So that's something that needs to happen before winter, and it's scheduled already. I probably do need to do some firewood cutting. The previous owner has been clearing a spot at the top of the hill doing firewood, and he's been seeding it for the elk. So they has a little meadow starting up there for the elk. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. The winters are not bad. It does snow. The previous owner told me that in the 17 years he was there, it got down to like 20. And I mean, in Gilroy, it's gotten down to 22. The difference is in Gilroy, when it gets down to 22, the next morning when the sun comes up, it's no longer 22. So that is something um, that is a difference. Where in Oregon, there is a the temperature won't rise as much. I don't expect it to. So like this last year, they were saying that the postal guy was saying that they had two weeks of snow on the ground at a time. So usually it snows a little bit it's on the ground for a little bit and then it melts. But I think they had 2 weeks, and that was a big, that was a big deal. So yeah, yeah, sounds like not too bad, but still have to be prepared for it. Um, yeah, and there's many splits in there in the house too. Yeah, Steve is asking or is saying, do what you're comfortable with and hire out where you aren't. Although we all know you're very talented. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I feel it's going to be more efficient if I hire out and all of that. So, I mean, like a new roof, a metal roof, I don't need to be messing with that. Have someone do it that knows what they're doing. It takes them 2 days to do and is done. Um, yeah, and I mean, like with the hutches, I could definitely build the hutches. I told him what the specifications that I'm wanting, and I really hope that he does them the way how I want them. Um, right now I'm in a time crunch, so I know I'm not going to have time to do them before I need to move the rabbits up. So I hired someone to do that. So it costs more than it would have, but it also gives me back my time, which is good. Yeah. Will I start hunting? We will see. We will see. I need someone that is a good teacher in that, if that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. There are deer and elk. People hunt bear too, but I'm not. I don't think I'm going to be into that. So there are bear there too, and mountain lions. Verna says, "Will it be easy? No, but will it be worth it? Of course. Exactly. Exactly." PJ's asking, "Are you taking cuttings from all your plants and trees?" I am taking cuttings from some things, and I am going to be digging up the figs that are on the side of the garage. Because of what the people have planned for the property, those are going to be removed anyway. Those are the ones that I planted as sticks, so they're a few years old. They're not well, several years old now, but they're not like huge trees yet. So I am going to take those with me, and then I'm going to dig up a couple other things and take cuttings of herby things. So yeah, that's good. Ricky says, get ready to smile every morning when you look out the window. Absolutely. Absolutely. Figs have a long taproot. They do, but they also grow from cutting, and they do regrow. So it's a gamble, but it's kind of like either I can try and save them or they will die. So I might as well try. And another thing I can do is I can take a cutting from those trees. If I see that they're not going to do well, I can then take a cutting from those trees and put some rooting hormone and baby them, and then they can become trees. Because that's where they come from. I mean, it's the wrong season. This is usually done in the winter, but you know, you know. PJ says yes, big smiles. Yeah, big smiles. Yeah, you never know till you try. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, Ed's offering. If you're close, I could teach you. Oh, the bear and mountain lions will hunt you, so it'd be easy to spot at last second. Yeah, that's they're black bear. They're not grizzly bear. And from what I've heard from the neighbor, he hasn't seen them a whole lot. It's not like a very populous area for them. He did several years ago lose a goat to a mountain lion, though. So yeah. Buster's asking, have I got to camp there yet? I went up this last weekend on Saturday. Not okay. The weekend before. The weekend before. I went up on Saturday and then I came back Wednesday. So I was up there when they did the fiber internet and the electrician, and met the roofer out there and all that. So I actually went up, brought a carload of stuff, and yeah, slept up there already. So yeah, it's an awesome place, guys. I'm so excited, and it's gonna be awesome. It's going to be awesome. And I don't know why my computer is not plugged in right now. It's plugged in there. Let me investigate. I just saw this. Are you plugged in here? Oh. I forgot. I unplugged it because I plugged in my work computer earlier today. Hang on, guys. Ta-da! It's plugged in. That was easy to fix. Steve is asking, is the cabin a cabin or is it a van? No, cabin is actually a second house. It's let's see if I can get back to that. This tan oak more good fire cut, right? Fire break that they maintain. That right there. I don't know. You guys probably can't see my mouse, can you? But that brown thing right there, like directly below the sun, that's where the cabin is. There you go. Which doctor says we have 0 street light and almost no light pollution here, so getting used to that kind of dark took a minute. I love that kind of dark, and it's the same. There's no street lights, no sidewalks. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome out there. And my first night there, I was greeted with a thunderstorm, which I totally miss. I totally miss that. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I understand that it starts fires and like the whole state of Oregon is on fire, but yeah. Oh, here's the last of my cucumber juice. Look how thick it is. It's not thick. Look how colorful it is. You can't even see my arm through it. You can't see me through it. Anyway, it's good. Verna is asking, do you get to see the northern lights there? If they came down low like they did whenever that was fairly recently, then I might be able to see them. I probably would have to go up on top of the hill, I'm going to guess. But yeah. Yes, Dawn, I juiced cucumbers. I have a juicer, and I haven't used it in a very long time for some reason. And so that is the whole cucumber juiced, and I made a video on it, so we're going to do that later. And the juicer, like I didn't peel it or anything, so that's why it's green. But pretty cool color, I think. Yeah. Yep, it's a whole cucumber. I did not add anything. I think you could add lime or lemon and some mint, but I didn't add anything, and it's really good. I grew a really good kind of cucumber this year, and you'll have to watch the video to know what kind I planted because I don't remember. I did a video planting them. It was like a mini finger or mini something. Yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, I showed my juicer on the video, so I'm going to do that for, I don't know if it's going to be this week or next week, but you guys will see it. Thank you, Verna. Thank you. Linda says, okay, I'll wait for the video. Video forthcoming. It's an Omega something. I got it from John Kohler, the Growing Your Greens guy. So he sells them kind of independently or with the, I don't know what his relationship is with the companies, but if you watch his videos, you can say, oh, I want to juice this, I want to juice that, what's best for what I'm wanting to do. And this one was one that was kind of like the all around good for most things. But like to get it clear, I did put it through a flour sack towel. Not clear, get it like there's no chunks, smooth. There we go. All right, my dad says, it was totally dark here when we moved here. We saw the Milky Way every night. There's more light pollution here now as the near cities have grown. Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember that. And there's so much more light pollution there, but it's still better than here in Kilroy. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Witch doctor. She says, I love it being so dark where we are. Yeah. Orlando, you're late. You got to start at the beginning. We'll start 20 minutes in because we did a video. We did a video. Yeah. But welcome. Witch doctor says, did your house sell faster than you thought it would? Um, it sold fast. It sold fast. We put it on the market on a Tuesday. Tuesday? Thursday. Thursday. Put it on the market on a Thursday and had 2 people come and look at it on Thursday. Had a couple people look at it on Friday. Saturday and Sunday was open house. That following Tuesday was the bids were due. And 26 people looked at it, 15 people downloaded disclosures, and we got 4 offers out of that on like within a week. So, yeah. Yeah. It was pretty fast, but the inventory here was so low, and I think I started something because now there's like 3 other houses in my area that are for sale. Yeah, yeah. My dad said she was homeless for a few days. Yes, yes, I was for a couple of weeks actually. I think it was like a week or two where I didn't own any house, but I had a lot of money in my bank. Yeah, yeah. But now I'm back to owning a house, and it's up in Oregon. So yeah, it happened super fast here. But at the time, I mean, I looked on Zillow before the house went on, and I looked in just Gilroy, and 250,000 gap with our price, my price in the middle, and there was one other house in the whole city that was within that gap. Like it was so few. Yeah. So few houses. And so now I think everybody in this neighborhood was like, oh, it can sell now. Now's a good time to sell. It says, okay, okay. Yeah. Verna says, wow, Katrina, I can imagine your food forest now. I have plans. I have to be in the place for a little bit, I think, but I have plans for sure. For sure. Steve, technically a squatter in California. Well, no, it's worked into the contract. It's worked into the contract. When do I have to have everything out of Gilroy? By the end of August, but I'm going sooner than that. Yeah. Yep, 4 hours away, Dawn. Yep. Um, yeah, so I have everything's in packing mode, and then I'm still working. So yeah. Yeah. I took the chickens to the vet today. This I think it's for all states, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's just for certain states. But when you bring livestock in between places, and even cats and dogs, you're not supposed to take a cat or dog into Oregon if it's going to stay more than 30 days unless you have a health checkup. And then if you have livestock, which rabbits and chickens both count for that, you have to have an import permit, and they have to have their health checkups. And they also, if it's the bird, they have to have a polarium test. And since I'm not MPIP certified, it's a good idea. It's a good reason to do it. But since I'm not MPIP certified, I had to find a vet that could do that. And I was so surprised. I thought in 2020, when everybody got backyard chickens, the San Jose area would be like, oh, chicken vet. Because, there's a lot of people that would take their chicken to the vet, I'm sure. But there wasn't. And I had to search, and it was an hour away, was the closest vet I could find that would do a health checkup, import permit, and polarium test, which really they don't do the testing, they just do the blood draw. And it gets sent to a lab in Davis. So anyway, I had to go back today though with just the chickens because they put the wrong cap color on the sample. I think that means they probably ordered the wrong test. And I had to go back down and the girls had to get blood drawn again. Um, yeah. So that was not fun. Anyway. Britta says now you can really spit out seeds and not worry about it all. I don't worry about it spitting out seeds. Um, yeah. Dawn says when I traveled during stage shows, my dogs went with us and we had their checkups and papers with us and pictures on the cell phones with them too. That is a good idea. I need to take pictures of them um, when we go in the car. Yeah. I got these pretty cool carriers. You guys will see them in a video eventually, but I just needed something cheap and I kind of wanted something collapsible because when am I ever going to use them again? Right? I mean, unless I need to evacuate animals, I'm not planning on just having them anyway. So I have some carriers, but I got some for the rabbits and well, Percy has a bigger one than the girls, but it needed to be good for traveling. And I think I found some and they work pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, apparently the health checkup and the import permit is online now. So if I were to get stopped, then whoever stops me should be able to look it up online. I asked them to email it to me as well because I don't trust that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my dad says we've done that here for years and still nothing. The soil sucks big time. The soil doesn't suck there. It's just very sandy. The volcanic stuff has really good stuff in it. You just need some of my mom's compost on it. If you didn't see that video, there's a video about that. And I think the peach tree probably originally was like that. Yeah. Yeah, Verna, they're in high desert. I am not in high desert. Yeah, PJ says at least you aren't moving completely across the country like Mel and Ricky did. Absolutely. That was a big move. That was a big move. And I bet with some of the stuff that's happened this year in Las Vegas, you're thankful you left, right? Uh, yeah, Mel and Ricky's reward was greenery. True. True. Sue says, well, at least if you carry eggs, you can be back in the same number of quail in no time at all. I'm not going to bring eggs. I'm going to deal with the infrastructure stuff I need to deal with. And then it is easy enough for me to order them in the mail. And that is my plan, is to order them at some later time. You guys know I'll get them again. I have a couple of plans for quail coming up and on that property. One of which I would like to have. So I would like to have like a high tunnel up on the hill, like a big greenhouse, for some of the trees that may be somewhat limited and that temperature. And then I would like to have the quail in the high tunnel, like on some deep litter, but at a low density. And I think they would love it in there. And I think it would be a really great slow fertilizer, for those trees. And I think that would be just the perfect situation. So that's what my end goal I think will be for the quail up there. And whether or not I get them before that happens, I don't know. I don't know how fast these things are going to happen. Um, yeah. So that is the plan. And yeah, there's so much, so much. Um, yeah. Cycle Word says we definitely love the green. Yes, Linda, you love that idea about having quail in the high tunnel. Yeah, it just makes sense. It just makes sense to have, if you're going to keep little ground birds and you're going to keep a greenhouse. It's more of a natural environment with them, and they're protected from, you know, the creepy crawlies out in the real forest. I don't think high tunnels are meant to move, Verna. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be a case where we can roll up the sides and those trees will live there forever. Like I can plant in the ground and then, in the winter time you roll down the sides and have them protected. That's what I envision at least. Yeah. They'll have heat in the high tunnel. Yeah. So it will be I don't think they're going to need heat where I'm going, but they'll be protected. So, yeah. You know what this looks like, guys? It looks like green Gatorade. Is that what that looks like to you guys? It's so green. Witch doctor says we just wanted water and green and mountains. Yep. Yep, I have all three now. Yep. Linda says, I love the lamp set behind you. My grandparents used to have a set just like that one. This one? Yeah, that used to be my parents. I don't know where they got it from. I took it from them. Maybe if my dad's still on here, they're probably both on here. Probably just my dad's talking. Maybe he can tell you where he got it from. I took it from him. PJ says, I'm so excited to see how it all comes together for you. Congratulations. I'm heading to bed now. Hugs to all. Hugs to you, PJ. Thank you. Thank you. And for those Katrina's kits, we have not made anything this month. So I am thinking we do two things next month. If anybody's opposed to that, let me know. But that is how this month has gone. And I know PJ's been busy with her grandbaby. I think Erica was on here. I'm not sure if anybody else is listening and not talking who's in Katrina's kits. But we're just gonna plan for two things next month. It's gonna be later in the month. Ooh, maybe we'll make a two-part recipe. Maybe we'll make bear claws. Something. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But good night, PJ. You like the hurricane lamp next to it? That I got at a garage sale because I liked it. And I'm not going to try and pick it up because I'll probably break it with that thing. And then the other one is a birdhouse. Let's see. This is a birdhouse. It belongs outside. I just thought it was cool. It was really cheap. Yeah. Got this at the garage sale. It's not, I mean, it can function, but I did not buy it for function. Yeah. Here we go. I will be asking you guys about your opinions on generators. Not a whole house generator, just like a generator keep freezers going. 12 watching and 16 likes. Looking good. Thanks, Verna. Because I do need to get some sort of generator for the just in cases, right? Right. Yeah. So, yeah, my three little girl chickens are going to be they're going to be super spoiled with the with a big chicken house. It's a chicken house. It's not even a coop. It's a chicken house. And I plan to get some chicks. I have to look around. It's not going to be immediately. I'm either going to hatch some chickens or I'm going to get some, chickens. Because my girls are 3.5 now, almost 3.5. They're hatched on St. Patrick's Day. And so their egg production is starting to kind of not be as consistent. So I will probably get 3 or 4 chickens. But they'll still do manure management for the bunnies and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah. Second Word says we just bought one, but we got the kind that charges from solar panels. That's good. Yeah, I would love to have solar. If I had solar, it would not be on the house. It is a north-facing slope, so it would probably have to be either clear part of the hillside and point them south-ish, or it would be in the pasture. So that's a potential for later. That's not happening right now. And Verna says Jackery makes a good one. And then you guys scrolled up. Let me get back. Solar generator. And Erica says, I'm going to be traveling next month, but we'll try to make it. Erica, send me a message and let me know when you're available. We will do things when you're available. I have some good ideas for some things. One of them has wheat in it. but yeah. Second Word says we got new EcoFlow. Okay. Very nice, 7.2 kilowatts. All right. All right. Berna says you will be able to get more of them now. More of what? I got lost. I got lost. All right, Dawn. Dawn says time for me to go do some physical therapy. Good luck. Good luck. Oh, no surgery on the 6th. Okay. You're getting another surgeon. Well, you are determined and you are just doing everything you're supposed to be doing. So good luck, and you'll get to it. You will get to it. It'll happen for you. Thanks for coming, Dawn. Measure your total power consumption first. Oh, for a generator or for a solar? Yeah. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, thank you. All right, my dad says we don't remember where the lamp came from. This one. You know, as you get older, memory is the second thing to go. Did you get it at like Death Valley or something? Or was it passed down? I don't know. Oh, more chickens? More chickens. Um, Steve, I think that's probably how many were planned for this building. There's a ridiculous amount of chicken nest boxes in this chicken coop. It's ridiculous. I have no idea how many chickens the original people had. Yeah. Right. So generator, know how much you need first. I'm just talking about like, freezers and stuff, not a whole house. I'm just talking about powering freezers. Yeah. Yeah. Cucumber juice is better when it's cold. It's starting to not get cold. So, um, the animals are getting ready to go. Process some rabbits today. We're processing more tomorrow. Manuel is helping me with that. Um, and so that's happening. Is once they're being processed a little early, so they are a little small. But it has to be done. I can't wait. I mean, I'm not going to bring all of them up to Oregon to process. Yeah, yeah. How warm is it there? Right now, I don't know what it is right now. I think it was probably up in the 80s. It's probably in the 70s now, maybe. Um, oh, and then the fire that was on my weekend review, that was down by the levee. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, the Uvis, the levee trail. There's some unhoused people there that likely started it, and um, it did jump the pathway, the levee. There's a trail on the top of the levee, and it did jump the pathway. People were evacuated. I don't think it actually went to any of the houses. The helicopter I have in the video, I don't have it in the video. I videoed it. But the helicopter was actually sucking up water from the golf course pond nearby, and they actually sucked it into the body. I hadn't seen that before. I'd either seen the bucket or the big long straw. I'd never seen it where it actually sucks it into there. But anyway, it burned quite a bit. I don't know who owns between the levee trail and here's the kitty. The levee trail and the houses, but whoever owned that, I have been saying for years, they need goats, they need cows, they need to mow it, they need to do something because that's gonna have a fire. And we'll see if that actually happens now because there was a fire and it did threaten homes. People were on top of their roofs with their garden hoses, they're spraying their roofs and they're spraying that area in between. And yeah, so there we go. Okay, Steve is saying right now the amperage of each freezer, how many freezers, don't forget the incubator and emergency lamps, then we can make recommendations. I don't have that information right now. I don't. The refrigerator there is super old and is very loud, and I don't want to say it too loud, but we might get it a friend, and then it might go on vacation. Yeah. But the newer one, I have the one in the garage here that's a freezer, refrigerator, the regular thing. And then I have the chest freezer, which is the 7.5 cubic feet. That's what's coming with me. And then, yeah, there's a refrigerator freezer, a regular kitchen one there already. So, yeah. Yeah, so that is the story. That is the story. So I also said when I posted on the Quail for Profit that I have some ideas, some profit ideas, and I will share those now. I really want to do a food forest. I know Verna, and the freeze dryer. Well, I wouldn't say that's an emergency thing, but you could run it. Yeah. And then I forgot what I was saying because I read my dad's comment. A firefighter plane crashed near here a couple days ago and the pilot died. Wow. Wow. Yes, Witch Doctor, I am coming to WhaleCon. I had to get my tickets late because I didn't know where I was coming from. I still need to get a car and motel reservation, but got the plane ticket. And so that is happening. I will be speaking at QuailCon about raising quail and rabbits harmoniously together, but not together. Yes, I will be there. And I will see you there. And Witch Doctor is also talking. Witch Doctor and Psycho Ward, Mel and Ricky are going to be doing some farm safety stuff. Ooh, Witch Doctor, I need to pay you to put together a one of those kits that you showed me last time and send it to me. I don't want it on the airplane. I need to give you money to send it to me. Yeah. I don't know what I was talking about before. Oh, profit ideas. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, and Verna's daughter is moving to Miamisburg. Awesome. 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 Yes, my dad and my mom get to babysit the house and the bunnies and the chickens and the kitties while I am there. That is true. I scheduled them early. Yeah. I'm sorry, what was the question? Oh, in a couple days. Wow. That is good. That is good. Awesome. So profit ideas that I have from this. So I would love to do a food forest, an acre, 2 acres, not quite carve it out of the hill, leave some of the native trees so that the mycorrhizae is still alive in the system. And But I would want to fence it with elk fencing so that the elk didn't eat everything. And and do, fruit stuff. I don't know if you guys know about Miami Fruit. They are a website that it's a really good. I should actually just give you guys the link. I think it's just Miami Fruit. Miami Fruit. They're in Florida. Surprise, surprise. And if you want to do like a cool present for someone that you can't shop for, I, it's awesome. It's awesome. Because you can just, okay, well, there's a link. You can just like order them a box of fruit that's like different rare fruits, different, subtropical fruits. Um, or you can give them a gift card to it and they can pick it out themselves. So I love their model. And their model is that they have their own stuff, and then you know how farmers, when they pick their orchards, they pretty much go through once and then they're done. And then so they've worked it out with a lot of different people to different farmers to go in and pick their seconds. And so that is something um, that people can benefit from, and they can benefit from, because they're buying, they don't have to maintain these fields, but then they can sell this fruit to us, and it's neat fruit. So that's something. I'm just saying that to get to where I'm going. I'm not planning on being big at all, but eventually, when those trees get going, I'm interested in so many things, and if I were to do that, I would not be able to eat all the fruit, right? I would want to, but I shouldn't, and I won't. But if I had a business like that, then I could offer, those kind of boxes. So variety box, or hey, there's persimmons right now, or there's this right now, or is that right now. And I could also, in addition to that, do quail eggs, because I think that would be fun to open up a box of fruit and quail eggs. So that's one of my ideas. I plan to pasture rabbits in the pasture, or the front lawn. I haven't decided this yet. Uh, and the babies, and then the quail. I want to try pasturing grow outs. I want to try it, see how it goes, and it could be a really good thing. So those are a couple of ideas that I have for this property, specifically for quail for profit ideas. Um, I have some more ideas that I'm not sharing yet because I'm not there yet. But yeah, yeah. And Buster tells my dad, "You will be busy." Yeah, he'll be taking it easy. Be taking it easy. Yeah. So Verna, I can go mushroom hunting. I need to learn more mushrooms because I only trust myself on two of them, chanterelles and morels. Um, but I could also seed mushrooms. So you can actually do mushroom logs and put them in a particular place that is more moist and grow your own mushrooms, which is pretty cool. Which I'll do at some point. I'm not gonna do that, now. Um, Witch Doctor says, I heard elk and deer don't like fig trees or elderberry. I've not heard that about fig trees. I do plan on moving some fig trees, so that's helpful information, and we will test that theory. Elderberry makes sense because everything on the elderberry tree, except for the um, flowers and ripe berries, is poisonous, so that makes sense. Yeah, we'll test that theory, Witch Doctor. We will. Sue says elk don't care about any fencing. They'll just walk over it, knock it over. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you. Andy Rabbit's here. Good evening, everyone. Andy Rabbit, you're late. You got to start at the beginning, then fast forward 20 minutes, because I just started with the picture early. And watch my premiere. Watch the video. I don't know. Do we give her the? Do we give her the? Do we? Do we spoil the ending? Oh boy. Everybody saying hi. Ginseng. I don't know if ginseng is there or not. I do not know if it's there or not. Um, yeah, I don't know. Berna says Miami fruit has more than doubled their prices in the last 4 years. They have. They have. But if you are doing a gift, I think that's when it's appropriate. Is when you're doing a gift and you can spend money on something that someone will super enjoy and not buy for themselves. That's kind of what I think is good about gift giving is it's it's either you find something perfect for the person or you're like, I know this person would not spend this money on this, but they would super enjoy it if they had it. And so I've done that through them for that. But yeah, they are expensive. That's why I said as gifts is where I do that. Yes, Sandy Rabbit. I am moving to Douglas County, Oregon on nearly 70 acres. And you're gonna have to watch the video. I'm just gonna have to watch the video. Oh, sorry, Steve. Was I supposed to let her see the ending by herself? Oh boy. Andy says the granddaughter birthday party was today. I just got relaxed enough to think it was Monday evening. Oh, well, thank you for coming. There are other places as well that do that. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. You don't like anyone that much, Steve? Oh boy. I hear geese. Is it fall? Can you guys hear them? I don't know if you can hear them. Weird. Weird, weird. Congratulations for escaping. Thank you, Andy Rabbit. Thank you. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've been packing. I mean, that's kind of why I haven't been on the quail groups very much. I try and sneak in every once in a while. I'm in there late night sometimes going, okay, that person's new to the group. Accept, accept, accept. Yeah, but not I have not been online very much. I am trying to continue to do things for my channel. Some of them are a little more simplistic, which is just where I am right now. And when I do the videos, I'm some people said, "Oh, you should take a break from that while you're doing that." And while that might be true, YouTube does not reward this. So they want you to stay on schedule. And I already cut out Sundays. It might be a while before I go back to it. I may not go back to it at this rate. But yeah, uh, they like you to stay on schedule. And so they stop showing your stuff to people if you don't. So that's why I'm doing that. Yeah. Yeah. Verna says 77 for one mammy sapote. So, when you used to get the small box for that price for one fruit. Are you sure? I think it's one box. I don't know. When was the last time I bought from them? I think the last time I bought from them was for my parents was that Christmas that we had it? It was pretty cool though. It's an experience. You're paying for an experience. Anyway, my dad says west and south of us, we are in the middle of Central Oregon, and she will be near the southwest corner. Yep. 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 One fruit. Well, that sounds interesting. I don't know what to tell you about that, but I like that you can have something different. And I've ordered it for gifts. I ordered the first time one for me. I was curious. Got a small box of I think the variety, and then I ordered. I've given it as gifts. I think like 3 or 4 times. So anyway, it's a good thing. Don't choose that one. Choose something more valuable than that one, Verna. or wait and don't do it. Yeah. In any case, I think it'd be cool to have that kind of a business where you send out stuff. I mean, think about like Harry and David. You only hear about that around Christmas time or Thanksgiving, stuff like that. Um, But I think there's a lot of people that I think value real food. Yeah. Oh no. Maggots and sprouted coconut. That's not good. That is not good. Okay, well, then I'm just putting that link there for an example then. I've had good experience with them. Mm, yeah. So I'm excited to grow things there. I'm excited to see other things there. The previous owner also showed me where the original farmhouse was, and so uh, the low probably about that much of the chimney is still there. It's in the pasture, and then the foundation for the garage is also there. And I think it was probably flooded probably at some point in there because I think the hay field must get I'm it's not in a flood, so the house isn't in a flood zone. Nothing came up in the flood zones. Nothing came up in the FEMA map search. But yeah, I believe it probably did flood because the old road used to be down there too, and then they moved it up and they elevated it um, to be closer to where the new house is. It's not new. It's 1956, 2 years newer than here. New to me. Yeah. Oh, Andy says you're helping open her things she got for gifts. I remember when we used to open presents when the people who were there that gave it are there. Is that normal now to just not open gifts in front of the people that gave them? That's half the fun of giving gifts is seeing people open them, right? For me, at least. Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you guys have questions or are you excited as I am? Probably not as excited as I am, but hopefully excited. Um, yeah. It's yeah, it's going to be a good situation. Thank you, Brenna. We're going to put a alternate one. I know nothing about that one. I only know about the other one, which I've had good experience with. Tearing them out of the packages. All right. All right. Thank you, Witch Doctor. Says we are extremely excited for you. I am extremely excited. I am so happy. And this has been a long time coming. I have been window shopping Zillow for years, years and years. And about 2 years ago is when I got serious about it. And I don't remember when I made that intro video. If it was this winter or last summer, I don't remember when I made it. But yeah, yeah. It does mean new videos, Buster. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be you guys are gonna get a little bit of forestry knowledge from my my Forest Service days. You're gonna get a little bit of that in there. I'm gonna show you how to appropriately sharpen a shovel at some point soon, I think, because I brought a shovel up there that needs to be sharpened. And these are important things to know if you're going to use it. I mean, I was taught to sharpen a shovel so you can chop down a tree. And guess what happens when you dig it with a shovel that sharp? It's so much easier. So much easier. Yeah. Oh, Andy Rabbit says we are playing. She got some play food and a lunchbox. Guess what we are playing? Probably, probably lunch, dinner. Yeah. Yep. Steve says, guess you better get a scythe. I have thought about that and I have not priced them out yet. And I was kind of thinking about that because one of my goals, so I think it was you who asked, am I ready to get rid of convenience? Yeah, I'm also ready to lose weight. uh, yeah, stress weight is what you see, and also um, convenience food weight. So I I need to get I need to get something like a scythe, and I believe I need to get like a push mower, but I want to get a um like non-electric, just regular ones, you know. Yeah. And yeah, so that's part of my plan. And I was thinking about doing that. I just haven't priced them out yet. Jennifer, hi Jennifer, wants to know how far away is your new place from your house. So from here to there, it's 7.5 hours. Call it 8 hours if you're going to stop for gas and bathroom and eat something. You know, yeah, yeah. European scythe is one is better, maybe pricier but better. Is that the one with the two handles? Yeah. Erica says my grandson just picked up the rabbit and her chicken. Pitched a Oh, her chicken pitched a fit the whole time he was holding her. Oh, those that don't know, Erica has a rabbit that has adopted a chicken, a chick, right? How old is the chick? Yeah, and the bunny is Molly. Got strange things going on over there, Erica. Oh, Andy says I enrolled my granddaughter in a private school. She has to pack lunch every day. That's good. I mean, I remember my mom. So my mom used to be a kindergarten teacher. She's graduated now, as I say. She's retired now. But she tells a story that don't eat the plastic food. Right, right, Steve. She tells a story about one time she didn't bring her lunch, and so she went down the cafeteria and like, oh, I'll just have what the kids are having, and it was hot dogs and the pork and beans. Is that what it was? If she's listening, and the beans were cold, and they were supposed to be cold, and then it was nasty. I don't like those things anyway. But is that the story? I don't know if they're still on. But yeah, you can eat better food than that. And I plan on making better food than I've been eating. I haven't been doing much cooking lately because I've been doing video stuff for Quail University. I've been getting ready to move. I've been getting organized before that to get the house ready to be seen, yard ready, all of that. Like it's I have not been cooking like I want to. Um, but I will be doing more cooking soon. And I enjoy cooking. So there you go. Okay, so my dad is answering, or maybe my mom, I don't know. Yep, cold pork and beans on purpose. Yuck. Yuck. 3-week-old chicken. How funny. So does the chicken go underneath the rabbit and like to keep warm and stuff? Because rabbits don't do that with their own young. It may just be that it's like cozying up. Yeah, rabbits pull fur for their young to keep them warm. So I'm curious what this rabbit is doing. Is this rabbit a male or a female? Do you know? I'm sure you know. I don't know. Yeah. Um, yeah, so there's going to be all sorts of stuff happening. Um, I think I need to get either a scythe or some goats on that property soon. Um, PJ asked, and she already went. Big projects. Okay, the big projects is totally not interesting to very many people. Knapweed. Knapweed. I don't know if anybody knows what knapweed is. I know my dad knows because he helped me pull the whole neighborhood. When I was, I'll probably make a video about this at some point. But when I was working for the Forest Service on a Youth Conservation Corps crew, I it was 1 week or 2 weeks that we helped the noxious weed people pull knapweed. And knapweed is a noxious weed. It is invasive as heck. It's usually found along roadsides. So it does travel with cars. It travels on tires and stuff like that. And it has a ridiculous amount of seeds per flower that it can produce. And then with that, you have a ridiculous amount of plants that come up, right? Not only that, it has chemical warfare. So the knapweed toxins, it's a chemical at the root level that they send out these things that is like, you cannot grow here. This is my space. You cannot grow here. Now, there are some plants that can grow in that space and can kind of combat that. Lupin is one of them. I don't know very many others. Actually, I don't know any others. I know others exist, but lupin is one of them that can combat that. So a lot of rangeland in the West is being lost to knapweed because it is a nasty, nasty thing. Now, the seeds do die in the goat's belly. So grazing it with goats would be appropriate. And then if you pull it out, it doesn't grow back. But the seeds from other years and all that do grow back. And so what I've done is I've pulled them, put them in a black garbage bag, and then solarize them. So you leave them out in the sun, and it bakes the seeds. And once those seeds are baked, you take them to the dump. So that's what my dad helped me with. We did the whole neighborhood um, at their house, and so I will be dealing with that. It is a significant problem in many different parts of the property, and so I want to control it. So that's probably my biggest project. I should have answered that when PJ would ask. Yeah. Oh, you're sending the plastic lunchbox to school with your granddaughter? Hopefully there's something other than plastic in it to eat. And Verna is arguing that Havanas are the friendliest rabbits. Got it. Steve has a fun fact. Knapweed produces toxins at its roots, which stunts the growth of nearby plants and displaces native species. Don't know why that was so hard to say. Yeah, that is they're pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Erica says she snuggles under her chin or perches on her back. Oh, how funny. There is something on me. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Buster says, Katrina, you're going to be busy, but it will be relaxing and worth it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Witch Doctor says black tarp the weeds. I'd rather have them fully contained in a garbage bag, but yes, that will actually help as well. And actually, that's what I did. It wasn't a black tarp, but it was black plastic, roll of plastic that I did over the yard here to kill the crabgrass. I do have a video I need to actually spend some time doing the editing on that is like the changes I've done to this property. So you guys can see that before I am completely out of here. Yeah, I do need to do that, but it's going to come soon. not this week, probably not next week. Yeah. I need to pack first. Yeah, black tarp for weeds. Yeah, I could do that, but I think it needs to come out of the ground, and they're good at living. Let's just say that they're good at living. So yeah. Steve says, too late for this property. Now you have to concentrate on changes to the new property. Oh, that's happening. That's happening. What I want to do is I want to show you guys what's possible to take a house that's totally not meant for growing anything but, lava rock in the front yard with topiary shrubs. Yeah. Yeah. To what it is now. Ooh, Erica says, sounds like trying to get rid of the privet and locust trees. I have a few privet trees here that I really should cut down. I probably won't. They're starting, and I don't even know where the nearest privet is. Like, that is how prevalent privet is. So yeah, I get it. How long was I here? 11 years. So I actually signed the paperwork. I signed the disclosures. I signed something for this house the same exact day 11 years ago that I signed to get this house. So that was pretty interesting. And that was May 20th or 21st. Yeah. So that's, I think it must have been disclosures. It must have been disclosures. But yeah. Yeah, 11 years. 2013 in May, I moved in. I started doing stuff here in July. It was a short sale. So I started doing stuff here in July because the lady who was here we gave her time to get out, you know. Her mom had passed and done a reverse mortgage and not told her. So she thought she was inheriting the house. And then she wasn't. Yeah. And then the October, I think. Yeah. So July 4th was the first night I spent the night here and went up on the roof and saw all the fireworks, and that was before they became so annoying. Because I didn't understand that was every day. And then, yeah, in October, my dad and I drove my stuff from their house to here. Because I didn't have all that stuff here. Yeah. Are you going to use raised beds in your new home? Currently there's not raised beds. I am going to take some time and think about that because I do want to redesign the garden area. They did a garden this year. There's going to be a garden tour at some point in the next 2 weeks, probably. I recorded it already. I just haven't, gone through it at all. But it is a very small garden, and it's producing, and they're doing it in the dirt. And I think if it had more compost, it would be good. I like raised beds for the fact that they're raised beds. You can control the soil, you can control the moisture. You don't have to bend down all the way to the ground. I mean, that's not an issue for me now, but it could be an issue, years to come. But I am going to think about how I'm going to redo that space and expand it because I have ideas in my head right now. It's just not fully formed yet. So I will likely have some raised beds and probably some not. Um, right now they have tall fencing for elk and then some shorter fencing kind of by the berries. So there's blueberries there, which is awesome. That is one thing I brought up there. I did bring a timer and was told to bring 200 feet of hose. And so I brought a timer, set that up so the garden's getting watered when I'm not there. Automatic water is how you win, guys. That is how you win. No questions asked. Automatic water. Win. Check the battery annually. Yeah. Not just check the battery, but actually replace battery annually. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. I have some ideas. I have an idea about a temporary greenhouse, which may become permanent, or using stuff to make a cold frame type situation to start seeds in. And then, so like right now, I've had them. You guys have seen them in videos and probably didn't know what the junk was. But I have on the back side of the screen and porch, there's some humongous windows and some glass doors that I was going to make into a kind of lean against the uh, uh, screen and porch. So it's not an addition. So they don't need permits. It's just leaning against it. But I never did it. But I do have those. I'm going to bring them with me and make something. I don't know. They may be repurposed several times, but they are dang big windows. I fit them in the back of my RAV4, and I had it my seat all the way up, and my knees were like hurting because they were digging into the into the dash, like digging. That's the only way I could get them in. I could barely move my foot to the gas and the, the brake. I was giving people so much room. I was going so slow, but I got them. So they're going up to Oregon in the U-Haul. Drip or soaker, Brenna says. I use both currently. Um, I like so that I have never used the drip tape. I have used drip, which is like the brown hose with the holes every once in a while, every 6 inches. I use that. I have soaker hoses on the trees in the front, and those get buried with wood chips or buried with some soil. I've had those break an awfully lot. That was really good English. I have had those break a lot. So I think I prefer the harder ones, and that's what I have most experience with. So it's probably what I'm going to go with. The garden out there currently has the drip system, but it's they have like little sprinkler head thingies that you twist open, and so that's what they have to each plant now. So it's actually only watering one spot per plant instead of around the plant. I think plants do better when the water goes around the plant or near it, and not just at the base of the plant. It's going to grow anyway, but I probably won't do soaker hoses. They have their place, and I think they're fine. If you want to dig a trench or a hole, here's a tip, and you have really hard ground, all you have to do is make a little divot, like that deep, make a little divot along where you want the trench to be, lay a soaker hose in there, tack it down where it needs to be tacked down, and run it overnight, or even just run it for a few hours, and then let it settle, let it soak in. We're good. It's good. And then you can put your shovel in there, especially if you just sharpened it. And digging a trench is so much better when you have that. So that's what I did with the trench between the house uh, and the garage, because that trench was something I dug to put the power. There used to be overhead lines between the alleyway power poles and the house, come to the middle of the house, the back of the house. And I didn't like having that wire over there, and I was having electricity redone anyway. And they wanted to charge me $800 to dig a trench. I said, I'll do it myself. And boy, $800, it may have been nice, but I did it myself. And so I dug the trench, and I had two huge incense cedar trees in the back here. And there was a root that I had to go through that was like this big. And I had to chop through that, but I did it. And I started with a soaker hose because it was summertime and the ground here is mostly clay, clay loam. And so, yeah, there you go. Witch Doctor says we get this weird stuff that falls from the sky here. They call it rain. No one has sprinklers here, but everything stays green. Yep. You don't need it there. But how much trouble would you be in if it stopped raining? I would invest in some things to put in just in case, if you can. Yeah. Sprinkler tape? Is that the same as drip tape? Thank you, Steve. Steve says, well, congrats again on the property. I got to go tend to the girls. Say hi to everyone. Sprinkler tape? Oops. Sprinkler tape. Let's see what sprinkler tape is. It's just showing me random things of tape. It's not showing me anything specific. I don't know what sprinkler tape is, and I'm not seeing anything that shows me that what it was. Okay. Sounds good, Melanie. Yeah, I wonder if it's drip tape, if that's the same. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Verna. Thank you for staying, and thank Lucy for letting you stay that long. And good luck with things. All right, guys. It is 8 o'clock, so I could talk forever about plans and stuff like that, but did I give everything away? I don't want to give everything away. All right. If you did not watch from the beginning, go ahead and go to the beginning. Skip the first 20 minutes because I put up the picture early, and then there's a video that came before the live chat, and you're gonna want to watch it. All right, guys. Thank you for coming. My dad is saying bye bye. Bye bye. And any more questions or comments before we head out? No? All right. Thank you, Andy. It says that's awesome. Congratulations on the new place. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. I'm going to say good night. Have a wonderful day. I actually don't know if we're having a live next week or not. Thank you, Buster. I can't promise a live next week. It's just going to be what it is. I may miss it, or it may be super short, or something. So let me know. And Erica, go ahead and message me when you're available to do the Cook with Me live, because I want to make sure. I know you're available some days, so I want to make sure that works for you. I'm not taking the quail, Andy. I am taking the rabbits. So quail I'm going to restart at some point after winter. I need to settle in because I would have to get them. I would have to get every single one of them to go to a vet and to get a palorum test and get a health exam, and I'm not doing that for quail. So quail are easy enough to start over from eggs. That I'm not doing that. So. But I'm bringing the 5 rabbits and 3 chickens with me. And you did not hear this, but well, everybody else did. You came late. There are 3 cats there that came with the house, and one of them, Mama Kitty, she had babies somewhere, and we don't know where. But yeah, don't blame me. Exactly. All right. Good night, guys. I may see you next week. Tomorrow's video is about getting rabbits ready for freezer camp. It is not a processing video. It is a post-processing video. Yeah. I don't think I can take my own eggs, Andy, because I think that's crossing state lines and they're not MPIP. So I don't think I can. If I cook them, I can. But I don't think I can take them. And I wouldn't be ready anyway to have them right away. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys later. Hopefully Monday, maybe not Monday. I will let you guys know. If you don't see something pop up, check the community tab and I will have something there. So I may be hanging out with people here before I go. Oh my gosh, we have to say this. Andy had a rabbit have babies last night. Oh, but only 2 lived? Sorry. I'm sorry. Your rabbits are always having babies. All right, guys. I got to go. I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. And thank you for coming to the premiere. Good night.